go. Ichi, ni, san, shi, shiban. All right, number 4, 2021 AP Calculus exam. And this also is a B, B, C question. Once again, look it up, you guys, so you can have it next to you so you can see how you did, okay? I had to screenshot this graph here because, as we all know, we're going to have to use this graph like crazy. Okay, now in this one here, they tell us, whoops, capital G of x is equal to the integral from 0 to x. Man, we've done a ton of these in class. I hope you guys did really well on this guy. All right, and the first question that they asked me to do is they ask us, on what intervals is the graph of G concave up? Well, if I want to know when G is concave up, right, that's the second derivative. So first, let's find G prime of x, which is the derivative of an antiderivative, right? Boom. Okay, G double prime of x, right, would be f prime of x. So the second derivative is the first derivative, which remember means it is the slopes, okay? And so you could answer the question this easy. You could even draw out a little bit of a sign analysis. But since it's concave up, when the second derivative is positive, it would be when the first derivative would be positive, which would be whenever this graph is increasing. And this graph would be increasing simply from -4 to -2, union 2 to 6. Boom, donezo, let's go. And you could say the second derivative is greater than 0. What's even better than that? Remember what the AP likes is just saying that the slope of f is positive, it's increasing. So that's how we know it would be concave up. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and look at the next question. My best guess is you guys are probably feeling really good about that. Okay, the next question is one of these that they asked me to do a little bit of work. So let's see how it goes. All right, so I'm looking at it right now as I erase, and they give us some function p of x, okay? And they say in part B that p of x is equal to capital G of x times f of x, and they're asking us to find p prime of 3, which means I would have to find p prime of x, which is just a u times v product rule, which is the first dude times the derivative of the second dude plus the second dude times the derivative of the first dude. Well, that was a piece of cake, right? And you'll get a point just for getting that right. Okay, you guys? But my best guess is there's probably a lot of work to do here. Let's see. Okay, we're going to plug in the 3 now. All right. Oh, and we've done tons of these guys. So I have a feeling you guys did really, really well on here. G of 3 would be equal to the integral from 0 to 3 of f of t dt. So for that, from 0 to 3, you would find this area. Ooh, and those guys are just going to cancel each other out, right? And then you got 1, 2, 3, 3.5, right? You could have done that without even like just counting your squares. All right, so that wasn't too bad. So we got a negative 3.5 that we're going to put in there. All right, what's f prime of 1? F prime of 1 would be the slope at x equals 1, which the slope at x equals 1. This is x equals 1 right there. Correct, class? Oh, shame on me. Darn it. F prime of 3. Whew, I'm glad I caught that. I would have put the wrong answer on this bad boy. 3 is right here, so that's that slope. Oh my gosh, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Let's go. F of 3 is just -3. Okay, we're just dominating this guy, right? F of 3 is just -3. And then G prime of x would be equal to just f of x, which would be, so G prime of 3 would be equal to f of 3. Oh my gosh. So it's like -3 times -3. And if you do all of that work together, you get -3.5 plus 9, which is 5.5. Not too bad. You guys. I got a feeling. I hope you guys watch this because I think you guys are going to start to feel a heck of a lot better about how you did on this AP exam. That could have been worth, that part right there, my best guess would be like worth 3 points or something like that, honestly. All right, it's got to get tough here. All right, so let's buckle down. All right, here we go. Let f be a continuous function defined on the closed interval -4 to 6. Oh wait, that's just the problem. All right, we want to find the limit as x approaches 2. Oh my gosh, I'll bet you. I will bet anything. This is LHAP, right? All right, so let's go ahead and direct sub. If I direct sub, I bet you I get 0 over 0. Let's see. Ooh, I get 0 in the bottom, g of 2. What's g of 2? G of 2 would be the integral from 0 to 2. G of 2, let's be accurate here, of f of t dt. So, oh yeah, remember? That guy canceled out with that guy, so that is actually equal to 0. So remember, to do LHAP, you've got to say you're doing LHAP. So remember, I've trained you guys that you've got to split this into a numerator, right, and a denominator. Remember, the AP wants to see that, all right? And if I direct sub, I get 0 over 0. So you should tell, your AP graders that you're LHAP in this bad boy, okay, which means what? Which means we're going to take the derivative of the top, right, and we're going to take the derivative of the bottom. Okay, now let's sub in and hope we get an answer. Oh, sweet. I got a 2 on the bottom, which means I'm going to get an answer. G prime of 2 would just be equal to f of 2, and f of 2 is negative 4. So it's negative 4 divided by 2, negative 2. You guys, yes, let's go. All right, part D has got to be, it's just got to be a monstrosity, right? You guys, I'm thinking it's got to be. All right, let's check it out. Okay. All right, gone. So let's look at it. All right. Heart. Okay. All right, so this guy, oh sweet, it's asking me for the mean value theorem. All right, so here we go. This is the one we knew there was going to be a theorem somewhere. Oh, and they ask you to find the average rate of change of G from negative 4 to 2. So that's just G of 2 minus G of negative 4 all over 2 minus negative 4. Okay, so there's a lot of work. Well, we already found G of 2, right, you guys? G of 2 was 0, okay? And then the tough part here, I think, would be G of negative 4, because I'm going to go over here to the side. G of negative 4 would be the integral from 0 to negative 4. Well, that's just backwards, right, class? So what are we going to do to that guy? We're going to flip it, right? Okay, so you probably got a lot of points for being able to do this. This guy here is a triangle, which is 1/2 base times height, which just would be 6. This right here is 8. This right here is just 2, right? And then 0 to that, so that would be 16, so it'd be negative 16, right, you guys? Okay, so and that's over 6, so it'd be 0 minus negative 16 over 6, which would be 16/6. Oh, you probably got 1 or 2 points maybe for doing that. Okay, and then it just says, does the mean value theorem guarantee? Okay, so come on, let's go. And we all know mean value theorem means the hypothesis has to work, right? And what's a hypothesis? Do we remember? It means G has to be continuous on the closed and differentiable on the open. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. All right. Whew. Oh, and the only thing they give me here is in the beginning is that F is continuous on the closed interval from negative 2. All right. And we have to speak about G being continuous on the closed, and it's got to be differentiable, right? Differentiable on the open. Okay. Well, ooh, this is a little bit of a curveball here. It's a little bit of a curveball. However, if I look at the relationship, which is this, right, class? Okay, and that's continuous. But if I take the derivative, you get something that is continuous. And if the differentiable, if the derivative is continuous and it is this graph, right? Boom, boom, boom. There's no DNEs. And since there's no DNEs, that means G of X is differentiable. And we know that G of X is differentiable because F of X is continuous. So then there you go. You just have to write that out. And you have to make sure you explain it. So you're going to say G of X is continuous and differentiable. Why? Because G prime of X is differentiable. And how do we know that g prime of x is differentiable? Because it's equal to f of x, which is continuous. And since g prime of x is differentiable, we know it implies continuity, and therefore the MVT guarantees that g prime of c would be equal to 16 over 6, somewhere in between the interval from -4 to 2. So all you guys had to do was write that out. I think, I would really hope many of my students would have gotten at least 1 or 2 points on this piece. And, it's hard to know what the AP is grading these guys, but I have a feeling you guys should be really feeling good about yourselves, unless 5 and 6 are just crazy, crazy. But we already got the toy problem done. See you to do. Go by.